If your approach to positive mindset is that it is only about having positive thoughts and emotions and just feeling pleasant things, I'm here to tell you that you are wrong. And I want to tell you what does it actually mean to have a positive mindset, how to build this approach, and what are practical tools that you can implement in your daily life to gain all of the benefits from this approach to life, because there are a lot of benefits that are backed up by science. So get your notebook, eliminate distractions, and learn with me, because we are going to the basics. First of all, as I said, it is not only about feeling positive things and only pleasant things, because negativity has a special place in our reality. It is serving us a purpose. And what is very important to mention is that we are wired to think negatively. Because if you will go back, way back to our history, to our ancestors, well, in order to survive, they needed to be more aware of negative signals from the environment, because they needed to look for the negativity and hold on to it as soon as they found it, because their survival and their life depended on it. And we kind of have the same brain. That's why we are more focused on the negative stuff in our life. And that's why sometimes we are grabbing so tightly to the negativity. And the neuroscientists, they have a very smart name for this, which is called the negativity bias, and this is completely normal. So if you are struggling with developing a positive mindset and you are blaming yourself that you feel down and negative and that you get lost sometimes in negative thoughts, well, it's normal. You don't have to worry about that, because well, all of the emotions and all of the thoughts, well, they are serving us a purpose. And we tend to divide our emotions to good and bad, like pleasant and unpleasant, and positive and negative. And well, it's common to say that negative emotion is a bad emotion and we shouldn't feel it, but no emotion is truly good or truly bad. And I think the best example that I heard is that, like you cannot really mark happiness as good, truly good, because if psychopathic killer is killing someone and feeling happy, like would you tell this is a good emotion? And if someone is getting angry at themselves that they missed the opportunity to like grow and evolve and they didn't take a chance, well, would you tell it that it's a bad emotion? Like not really. Like no emotion is really good or bad. And if you will mark negative emotion as something bad, it will lead you to avoidance of the situation that you might feel this emotion. It will lead to judging yourself every time you feel it, and it will lead you to repressing it. And it doesn't really make sense, because, well, instead of repressing, we have processing. And you need to process everything that is going on in your life. Like you cannot really deny the negative emotions. They are very important for us. And the better approach to our emotions is actually thinking if they are healthy or unhealthy. Healthy emotion is leading us to constructive behavior and is serving us like a deeper purpose. So let's say concern is a healthy emotion that, well, it's normal to feel concerned. But anxiety is unhealthy emotion because it's stopping us from pursuing something and it's stopping us from taking the actions and just makes us feel very bad. Another example is healthy anger that, well, it's normal to get angry sometimes and just express all of your feelings and just clear the energy. And it's unhealthy to get angry and hold everything inside you or just burst at someone without any specific reason and hurt people. So as you can see, like you can approach your emotions different way, and well, it doesn't really make sense to only feel positive stuff, because like it's kind of like being in a state of denial that you have other emotions than the positive ones, and it's just just doesn't make sense. And having that said and understanding how we can approach our emotions in different way, we can form a definition of a true positive mindset. A positive mindset is an ability to look at the bright side and expect positive results and approach challenges with a positive outlook. So it's just hoping for the better, not really denying what is wrong and what is bad. It is focusing more on a solution than the problem itself. And additionally, it is acknowledgement of all of the emotions, no matter if they are positive and negative, and approaching it in a mindful and rational way, and just trying to learn from all of the signals that we are getting from our own hearts and our own mind. Dismissing negative emotions and negative thoughts, it's a shortcut to toxic positivity, and it is harmful because it is preventing people from processing everything, and also it is limiting the empathy, because imagine that someone who is like only like feeling and thinking positive, they might disregard emotions and feelings of other people and judge them that they feel negatively, or they can judge themselves for feeling negatively. So, well, as you can see, it is not a very healthy approach to life, and we need to process everything in a healthy way. Good news are that positive mindset is a skill that you can learn and develop over time through a repetitive practice. And personally, I consider myself as a pretty optimistic person with a positive mindset, but I have to say it has not always been that way. And I remember the day that my best friend took me for a surprise trip to London for my birthday. It was my first time in a plane. It was like she organized everything so great, but I was in this weird state of mind that, well, during this whole trip, I was complaining. I was saying like I didn't like the place, I didn't like this, I didn't like that. I was pretty negative, to be honest. And she even told me that I'm a vibe killer. And since then I embarked on my self-growth and self-development journey, and I realized that, wow, I really need to work on my mindset. And I realized that the positive mindset is kind of the skill that I can develop over time, and well, it started to work. Around that time I also started to journal, and over time I realized of how much of a bully I was towards myself, and I didn't see much of a positive stuff within myself. I was insulting myself, I was my own biggest critic, and when I come back to my old pages in journals, I'm like, oh my god, girl, you were so mean to yourself. And then it clicked with me that, well, I wasn't even able to see good in myself, so how was I supposed to see the beauty around me? And my personal story leads us to our first step that you can take to develop a positive mindset, because it all starts with a self-talk. Your self-talk is crucial, and scientific research has shown that positive self-talk is linked with improved athletic performance, motivation, and feeling positive emotions. And negative self-talk and being your own biggest bully and just the biggest critic and just being mean to yourself is like kind of like leading to increased stress, anxiety, and depression. So as you can see, it's very important how you refer to yourself. Working on your self-talk is a great tool to shape your thoughts, emotions, and behavior. And the way how you can do it is through journaling. So first you can try to just see how you are referring to yourself and actually become aware of your negative thoughts patterns and how are you approaching your own self. You can develop a meditation or mindfulness practice and actually get aware of your thoughts in different situations. And you can just listen how you talk to yourself when you are facing adversities. So let's say that something is going wrong. Are you saying like, oh my god, I'm a failure? Or are you saying, I cannot do this? Or how are you referring to yourself? You need to address that. You need to focus on that. You need to think about it. Hi, it's Editing Zuzia here, and I thought that I will add one more thing here, that if you will recognize that your self-talk is negative and you are basically bullying yourself and being very harsh on yourself, a very powerful tool to transform it and to work with in that kind of situations is to imagine that you are your own friend that you love, and try to refer to yourself as you would refer to someone that you love and deeply care about, because it gives you a foundation to actually develop a better relationship with yourself, because while referring to yourself as someone that sorry, this guy, he just like scratched me. So yeah, just remember to be kind to yourself and try to refer to yourself as your friend. And then I'm gonna like handle this guy here. Oh my god, you're so needy. Second powerful tool is to learn about gratitude practice, because, well, it is also backed up by science, and it's crazy that, well, you can basically change your brain and your approach to life by looking for the things that you are grateful for. And most of the people are approaching it this way, that, well, these 3 things that you're grateful for, and just like move on with your day. Like, yeah, you can do that, but actually you need to believe in things that you are grateful for. So how I approach it is that I really try to find the thing that I'm grateful for, and I'm not even like writing it or anything. I'm just like eating something delicious, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so tasty, oh, I'm so happy that I can eat this thing. Then I start to think about all of the actions that had to be made for me to have this meal and enjoy it, and then I'm just like feeling this warmth inside my chest of how lucky of person I am actually. The thing is, like, you cannot really fake that gratitude, because our brain is pretty adaptable and we can change it through like repetition and practice and, you know, changing our mindset and everything, but our brain is not stupid. So you really need to connect with this deep sense of gratefulness to actually make it work, not only just like lazy list of 3 things that you're grateful for without feeling anything. And the third step is that you need to take care of the foundations, like really foundations of your own physical and mental health. You need to take care of yourself. You need to take care of this body and mind. You need to take care of your sleep. You need to take care of your diet. Like, you need to like actually enjoy the things that you're eating and like eat something that will make you feel good, you know. And you need to take care of your physical body and just move with joy and just like take care of everything that you have, because then it will be easier for you to feel better mentally and physically, and it will be easier for you to work on developing other state of minds that you are aiming for. And there is also a very important thing to mention, which is our step 4 that I don't know why I didn't mention in the video, but here I am, this is me, this is editing Zuja, is that you need to focus on the things that you can control. Because in the definition of a positive mindset, there is a part that while facing adversities and challenges, you expect a positive results and you are hoping for the best in the future, you know? So you need to focus on the things that you can actually control, and you need to focus on solutions than the problems itself. There is a concept called circle of control, which is basically when you have like the biggest circle is your concern, that you, well, all of the things that you're concerned about. Then the second smaller circle is your circle of influence, so the things that you can influence but you cannot really do much about. And in the middle there is circle of control, and in the circle of control, this is where your energy and focus and intention should go to expect a positive result in the future. And also extra thing that you can learn about is a growth mindset that I mentioned in my other video. And growth mindset is basically a mindset that when you are facing a challenge, you are believing that through work and commitment and effort you can overcome it, and basically that you are open for growth and you can overcome anything that is coming on your way. So yeah, back to the video. So I hope that you start to understand that truly positivity is a choice, but it's not always an easy one. You cannot really control your mood or thoughts or emotions, but what you can control is how you approach them. And the best way to approach them, I think, is with kindness and acceptance. Thank you for watching, and if you're interested in science of habits and procrastination and how to make a long-lasting change, you can check my video right here.